Okay, and we are live. Hello, good evening to all our viewers who's tuned in today. Okay, we have a very excited man in front of me here. His name is Shimon. How are you doing, man, Shimon?
I'm good, Faiz. How are you?
Oh, kind of busy, but I did manage to make a wardrobe change, so that people will know that. I just gave a short webinar before this, and I didn't want people to think, oh, the fellow is still in the same, suit. So anyway, we're here joined by Shimon. Shimon's from Actura, and he is actually streaming live from his house in Singapore, right? In
Yes, Singapore.
Yushin, is it?
Yishun.
Yushin. Okay, I thought he was in Bedok, but that's the only place I know in Singapore. Yeah, he hasn't invited me over, but I think now with the border restriction, it's kind of tough, right, Shimon?
Definitely. Of course, when he opens, please come.
Yeah. So basically, I work with Shimon for the past month or so, and we're out here to tell you about some exciting programs that's available for your children, or if you're a kid, age 10 to 13 is available for you, regarding what you like to do in the space industry, right?
Yes.
The next step is basically, everybody talks about going to space, but the next step is basically going to Mars, right? So I won't talk more. Sorry, Shimon. This is your show. We like to get to know you more, and I'll put up a banner here so people can get to know you. Yes, this is basically Shimon there from Actura. And okay, maybe before we start going to Actura, just a bit more about yourself so that we get to know you better, Shimon.
All right. So hi everyone. Thank you for having me here, Faiz. And then
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So basically, I've been working in the education industry for the past 15 years.
Wow.
And my main mission and goal, right, is to empower youths, students, with the necessary knowledge and skill set to actually get them prepared in the real world. Because I was not prepared when we came out from the education system. We were thrown into the real world, and then we were lost. Right, it took us a while to get this up and running. So I think this time, it's good that we have all this knowledge. We can pass it on to the younger generation, and hopefully,
right.
When they go out to the real world, they are they are comfortable, they are equipped with it, and they can start off and being very successful in no time, right? So that's what's my
Well, I'm very impressed by your passion there, Shimon. Because it's not easy, for people, to grind it out and to get kids out there to be ready for the real world. Wow, that sounds like a real tough, responsibility. I feel like wow, it's good. It's good to have people like you, Shimon. So I'm glad. And moving on to because when you say that Shimon Actura, what is Actura? Or who is Actura? Is it an entity or is it a person? What is it? Maybe you can shed some light to the viewers.
No problem. So I work for a company in Actura. The company is established in Australia in 2014.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So since then, we have worked with over 5,000 students across 500 schools to provide. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, to provide a unique and transformative STEM study programs. Or STEAM study programs, I would say. And we are trying to go across the region from Australia, New Zealand, now to Southeast Asia, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, and then of course now to Malaysia.
Yes, thank you for finally thinking of us. Okay.
Yes. Our next door neighbor, so cannot forget, right? So
that's right.
And what we do is we actually want to give this. We try to come up with very innovative, creative, strong STEAM education programs to the students. Yes. And actually we are the exclusive global partner with CASE. So later you will notice what is CASE. CASE stands for California Association for STEAM Education. So they are basically a company that is a non-profit organization, right? And they are based in California. So they are a very strong, in California, they are the hub for innovation and technology and even education, right? And these people, what they do is they work exclusively with us to come out with these programs. When I say programs, means STEAM education programs. So they have got so one of the programs that we have been running for the past 10 years is the Space International Study Program. Okay. So we actually bring students to US, right, for 14 days. And what they do is they actually visit places like NASA, USSRC, United States Space and Rocket Center.
Okay.
We let them to go through all that whole feeling of how an astronaut's life is, how to become an astronaut per se.
Okay.
But also, NASA, right? They have this vision of collaboration. So they don't only send people to Mars or to Moon just like that, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes working to make this happen. So, you are talking about scientists, engineers. So it's not just concentrated on being an astronaut, but there's a whole aspect and element to it.
Yeah. Can I just stop you there? Because you so excited. I also feel excited. I feel like myself I haven't been to Houston. Do you guys take the children to NASA in Houston? Is that it?
Yes, in Houston.
So is this program basically for adults or just for kids?
I get that question all the time when I go down to the school.
Okay. All right.
So it's actually meant for students from age 11 to 17 years old. But the adults, after I do the presentation to the school and to the parents, they'll be saying, where can I sign up? So it's not the students, but they want to go for the program.
I see.
So I understand. That will be an amazing thing. So I think that's why
but now with the pandemic going around, and there's a lot of travel ban and travel restriction, especially going to the United States. Houston could be a difficult task, right? A difficult endeavor for anybody to do now, right? So I think this is where where we can come in and provide a solution, right, for students out there, or for parents who want to basically let their children experience a similar experience, right? So
that's where K-Space Academy comes in.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was gonna lead you to that. I'm a naughty guy anyway.
So I mean, that's how we have decided that we can bring this experience, right, with the power of technology. The barriers are all open. We can go in, we can still give a program to the students in sense that they can enjoy and learn a lot. So it's a very, I think that we let me just digress about what STEAM, because in case of the viewers who don't know what STEAM stands for.
Sure.
So
I was wondering too, what is STEAM? Because I know STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
The new norm is now arts. So they have decided to put it in, and they have integrated arts inside. So because arts also has the element of curiosity, and imagination.
Definitely.
That's why we get them all. So actually, in a nutshell, right, STEAM or STEM skills, right, is just a skill set that it's a very interdisciplinary kind of thing. What we realize in schools, right? I mean, Faiz, I believe your kids will know that they're already so full with all their core subjects like science, math, mother tongue, and so on and so forth. There are so many subjects that they order, but it's all in silo. When you teach them, it's like maths 1 + 1 2.
Okay.
But when you go out to the real world, right?
Yes.
The problems presented, it's not like that. No, it's not like
I get what you mean. Yes.
So that's where we come in, right? We try to give them that knowledge that you can use different interdisciplinary kind of concepts and skill set to solve this problem. And that's how we that's our main foundation of how we actually created the program lah. But and I mean, speaking on to about what you'll be doing and
so because we talk about this, but I can imagine maybe our viewers out there can't imagine what are we talking about. So maybe you can explain a bit more about the course, or what will the students be doing, right? That'll be fair, because we can talk about we can get them prepared, but how, right?
How. So the how is where we actually have so the activities are done online via Zoom, and it's live coaching. So it's not a program where it's recorded. We have a lot of programs out there that is being recorded, and then students just sit down at a computer, laptop, and then just listen. But it's very live interactive. So our trainers are from Australia, and they're all certified, in a sense that all these trainers, right, actually went on for our program, for the international study program. So when we send the students to US, right, these trainers, they already are very passionate about space, and they are somehow either PhD holders, or they are already in that field, in aviation or in space. So they are well trained. And during that 5 days course, right, what happens is there will be a lot of hands-on activities, and we will throw them real world space scenarios. For example, like the Mars 2020 mission. So if for viewers out there, go and Google what's Mars 2020 mission. It's actually a mission that's happening right now. You know, we are sending a rover and a helicopter to Mars.
Okay, that's right.
To
Basically, what I found interesting, I was talking to you earlier, like, kids, okay, we talk about, astronauts going to space, right? So, now we're not even considering, okay, our next destination should be Mars. And, what is it like to be a Mars explorer? What is it like to live and work in Mars? And, if the kids at home, they have a pet, like a cat, hey, I want to bring my pet along, So there is even a module and to basically tell them, it's possible, you can even bring your pet to Mars, right?
Yeah, we call it Mission Meow.
Mission Meow, wow, So this is part of the program that we are trying to provide to children in Malaysia, right? Age 10 to 13.
10 to 13, right? Yes. It's a I would say it's a holiday program. The comfort of own home. It's 5 days, 2.5 hours each day. And yeah, it's going to be a very fun, topical, exciting program, definitely.
And you mentioned earlier that the programs are actually through Zoom, right?
Through Zoom, yeah, through Zoom.
Sure.
And we also upgrade materials
through Zoom, and they will need to have some sessions where they will have to be creative and hands-on. Am I right?
One of it was like, we are teaching how to do to create their own so-called rover. So when you, so that's cool, right? We get them to design, draw. They go through this process called the engineering design process. May sound very a big word,
but very fancy,
very fancy. Yeah. But in a nutshell, it's actually giving them that exposure of how they can create an experiment and then trial it, and then of course, at any other experiment, right, there's bound to have errors. So with the errors, what do? You then take that error, you try to rectify it, and then you improve upon it. So that's why I say very real world, right? No, there's no one correct solution. We give them that scenario, they try to solve it, and then they go on trying to experiment it, and then if cannot, they try back again, they do it again. So yeah, that's one concept they will learn.
So maybe you like to share, maybe you like to show them some visuals.
Let me see the video about the Mars exploration.
Let's share this video.
Yes, thank you.
About the Mars exploration courses that we are actually offering from Case Space Academy. And we're back there. Join us. Only brought to you by Ghoststem.com.my. And yes, so basically, this is a shameless plug, but anyway, okay, I founded Ghoststem. It's basically a social enterprise. What we do is we started off 4 years ago to bring STEM education to children in Malaysia, and we've been running for 4 years, as I mentioned, and we reach out to a lot of students. Last year alone, it was like 27,000 kids, and now this year, due to the pandemic, we have to be basically innovative, and we have partnered with Actura now, and we hope this new course, which has been our first course, was successful, right? We have about 60 students, and one of the student was Malaysian, and had commented that the teacher or the trainer was so great that they want that teacher or that trainer Chris as his teacher. That's a good testimonial in that sense, right? And sorry, I'm rambling now. Okay, anyway, back to you.
Because we're talking about that, Chris actually, we spoke to Chris, and he was mentioning that the class that he was handling was actually the 10-year-olds, the younger ones.
Oh, okay.
And the amazing thing is the younger ones, right? They are more passionate, they are more keen, and somehow, right, the creativity, right, is amazing. They can really think out of the box. And just watching some of their presentation, right, is mind-boggling.
Really?
You never know, right, that actually kids at this age, right, can really think so far ahead.
Yeah.
Some of it may sound too cliche, but we don't want to deprive the younger generations of the fact that this can be possible in the next 10, 15, or 20 years. I mean, we turn back time, right, close to 20, 30 years. We thought this kind of thing will never happen. You and me talking from one part of the world to the other part of the world
Yes,
via camera, right? Correct. So
Yeah.
I think that's why we are really it was a really good session that the students had, and we shouldn't downplay students' ability
Yeah.
to think out of the box, right? And
Yeah.
at that young age, right, all the more that we should be teaching them all this knowledge.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to say that some of the parents were commenting that they have to take their children out of school just to attend the class, but they say that their kids are on their devices anyway, so you might as well do something which is educational, right? So
Correct.
for the parents out there, again, this is I know kids are now basically addicted to devices, so instead of letting them play nonsense stuff, at least put education right in front of them. Right.
Correct.
Just moving on to the next one. Some of the questions I wanted to find out is, how will these classes be conducted? What are the schedules like? So how do you explain? Because just say now I'm a parent, hey, I want my kids to sign up. Where do I go? What do I do? Right.
Yeah, so head down to ghoststem.com.my.
Okay.
You have listed all the courses there. The dates are in December. Don't worry, it's all during the school holiday period.
Okay.
So there's ample of time for them to actually prepare. And not anyway, to be honest, we are not going to go anywhere in December. Unless you want to go interstate travel, that will be possible in Malaysia. But then again, this is an opportunity for you to really expand your knowledge, and also it's fun. I always use the word fun because there's an element of fun kind of way of learning, and they will learn more about space. And to be honest, this is something that we used to like to call these people from 10 years old onwards, right, who graduate, will be the Mars generation, because it's true.
That's right.
We want to go to Mars, that's for sure. The world is going to populate with much more people, and we need to venture out into new continents, new planets to explore. And I think that's why.
Yeah, I know it's very catchy now. This Mars generation thing, because in Malaysia we have also another one of our partners called basically is in Malay Generasi Mari Academy. So it's like the academy for the Mars generation also. So it is something that people are looking into, because it is very real. And even I think there's a Netflix show, right, called Away. That,
Away.
They go, somebody told me about it, my friends, you got to watch this. Really, I don't know anything about it, but I saw it, and basically it doesn't have to do with technology, but more on the how people need to work together, right? So this kind of course is basically a good, for that kind of foundation where you have to start thinking, working as a team, just like myself and Shimon. We have to work together, even though we are miles apart. With technology and innovation, we can do this. I think the parents should, get on board as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you were talking about that, right? About the teamwork and collaboration. This is all. So it's also based on. Okay, this is book, right? It's amazing for parents out there. Please. So we this is my Bible.
Okay. You didn't tell me that before this, huh?
Because I was thinking like how to talk about 7 survival skills, and this is the 7 survival skills. So during the right, we will teach them about the 7 survival skills. And this Professor Tony Wagner is a Harvard professor. So this book is quite thick. It's meant for adults actually, but I think it's meant for adults and educators, I would say. To show that there is a lapse in the education system. There is some lapse. It's not like it's not because of anybody's fault. It's because of time. Time is something that it's a problem, right? There's only so much a human being can work and do and teach their values to students, right? But with the 7 survival skills and with attending this course, right, we feel that during this point when they do, it's fun, right? Yes, I've always used this word fun, but there's also some components to it that they have to learn, like critical thinking, problem solving, like what you mentioned, teamwork. So these are things that during the course, right, they have to outshine and learn from it, because like I said, there'll be lessons face to face with the trainer, but also there's student activities. So they'll be grouped into groups eventually, and that's the power of Zoom. We can create this thing called breakout rooms. They can go in groups. Yeah, they can go in groups. They can discuss with 5 of them about the challenge or the project that we have given them, and then they come back to the session again with the trainer, and then they will present it to the trainer. Right, so that's why it's different. It's very different from any other courses out there, to be honest.
Oh, okay. And one big question is always want to ask is like, will there be like homework? Because
Okay. The homework.
because,
So so we,
if I'm a kid, like I don't attend this course, I have tons of homework, right? Then
uh
it's such a drag, right?
the homework
How are you
is
gonna
not,
answer that?
the homework is not compulsory. We always
Oh,
would.
okay.
It's not compulsory, but because if you want to get the most out of it, right?
Okay.
The homework is more as a fun element, because we also show them a lot of websites and videos they can
Mm-hmm.
watch at their own time, because we know we only have 2.5 hours with you for each of the 5 days. But
Okay.
because we have uploaded all these materials into Google Classroom, right?
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
an amazing platform to download materials, and we can upload all these documents, all these
Mm-hmm.
websites. They can click, they can
Mm-hmm.
actually play around. Yeah, there's this website in NASA. There's games they actually can play with the rover. It's a
Mm-hmm.
simulation. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not homework. It's get them to
Okay.
exploit at their own time, and
Okay.
they have this access that they can go during any point of time. Yeah. So no homework lah, no homework. The
Okay.
just
All
give
right.
a
All right.
simple presentation and to present. Just yeah. Anyway, we also want to let parents know that at least they are not doing. It's not they just sit down listen. But also there's
Yeah.
a fact that they have to put in a bit of hard work, right?
Okay.
To get the most out of the program. That's what I feel.
All right. We'll just take a short break because after this we talk about maybe some of the equipment or things that they need for their courses, right? So
Yeah.
we'll be back after these messages. Okay, thanks, Shimon. So, I was wondering that you say, okay, they will be doing, say, online work. So, what kind of materials, would you need? Because I'm curious myself too, right? I
So
just heard that they need some stuff. What is it actually? Because one of the parents say, "Oh, I'm running around trying to get some stuff for the kids."
So,
What
so,
are
so
the
not
stuff?
to, so not to worry. The onboarding process is very simple. We will give them a
Okay,
checklist.
okay,
So the checklist is something to get students, parents to prepare themselves. They need to create a Gmail account.
okay,
We give them the Zoom link, and then the
okay,
basic stuff, like, because the experiment will require like some cutouts of a helicopter kind of
okay,
propeller.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Some of it is like simple cups, a
Okay,
ball.
okay.
So very simple household stuff that you can
Oh,
find
okay.
around your house. Nothing to no, don't buy, don't buy. If you don't have it, never mind. Yeah, right? Don't If
Okay,
you don't
okay.
have it, never mind. Just pretend, because we can say tennis ball, but if let's say you have
Ah,
a ping pong ball or apple or an orange,
okay,
by all means.
okay.
And yeah, so they will be using this equipment,
Mhm.
these props, right, to actually do the experiment.
So they
Um,
can get by without going out to purchase these things. So
Yes. Please don't
okay,
buy
okay.
that. We
Very
advise you not
easy
to
then.
buy any. Yeah,
All
because
right.
it's really equipment that we feel that it will be around your house, right? Like
Okay.
cups, plastic cups, all
Okay.
these. Yeah, I believe we have it abundance in some certain households.
So yeah, okay. So I think going on to the I think one of the final questions that I'm gonna ask you is like, when will this courses be happening? Like, am I supposed to answer that, or are you supposed to answer that?
Uh, Good one. Like I said, please head down to the website
Okay.
ghoststem.com.my.
Mm-hmm.
All the information there, I think, is relevant for parents to
Mm-hmm.
go through them to see what is STEM, STEAM,
Mm-hmm.
who we really are. I know we have done a formal introduction of the company, but
Mm-hmm.
everything is there, right? Just view it. And
Mm-hmm.
the dates, like I said, is during the school holidays. If I'm not mistaken, it's on the 18th or 14th of December. I'll get kept.
Yes, 14 to 18 December. Yes, that's one of the dates. And I think we're having two courses. In the morning is the Mars exploration class, and in the evening we are having the It's a Mars Live. Yeah, that was
Right. So
right.
it's a Mars. So Mars exploration is about the fact that when the rover reached there and the helicopter reached there, they explore it. Well, Mars
Mm-hmm.
life is something that once you land in Mars, right? Then what?
Yes, that's right.
So that course is going to be about that, like what students are going to be doing in Mars, like growing vegetables, potatoes, food for
Really? Oh,
themselves.
okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah. So,
I
so that will be.
everybody saw the Martian, right? The movie, right? So he's a botanist, right? So he needs to plant all these potatoes for him to survive, right? So that
Yeah.
could be a snippet probably of what It's a Mars Life course all about.
Yes. Go and watch it. I would highly recommend everybody to watch it. I enjoyed it. It was something
Okay.
like a whole concept of Castaway, like that movie Castaway, starring
Yeah.
Tom. Who's that?
Tom Hanks, right?
Tom Hanks. Yeah. So I know it's a bit boring, but I thought Martian was more impactful, lah. I mean, more relevant for me because I'm a technology freak. I love space.
Okay.
So please check it out.
You're in the right field, Shimon. So
I am.
let's just refresh them again. I like to play this video. Now that you mentioned it, I just wanted to take a look at that. We just have a quick playback of what are the courses available again. Here we go. All right, so there you go. Those are the programs that are available now. Let me just repeat them for them. There's Mars Exploration. We have Mars Space 1, and so it's a Mars Live, right? And I think to the viewers out there, if they have any queries, if they're looking at this site live or later on their review, you can just if you have any question, do email. I have my name down there, faiz@ghoststem.com.my, and and you have anything for Shimon, he can also answer. I'll forward it to him. Do you understand? Oh, never mind. Just email me. That'll be easier. And myself, to be honest, I've been working tirelessly on this project to bring. I think it's important to bring the best content available and the most innovative. And of course, we are partnering with Case Space Academy, and Case, as Shimon has mentioned, is California Association for STEAM Education. So I think it's well established, and
it's authentic because I forgot to mention it's authentic because we really have these connections because of the fact that we have this international study program for almost 10 years now. We have direct connections with NASA and the engineers and the scientists. JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab, that works on the rockets of the mission to the lunar mission that is coming up. We are going back to the moon, right, in 2024.
Yes, do the base to go to Mars. Yes, right.
Yes, correct. So yes, because it's authentic. We know these people, and in fact, some of the engineers and scientists that that students have, we brought the Australian students to US, right? The engineers actually give their email address out. And you'll be surprised, right, that the engineers actually do reply to some of our students' emails.
Oh, okay.
So it's amazing, right? So that's why I say it's authentic. So it's something that we really are proud of, that because we have this connection, and that's why we can bring this live to the students in Malaysia. So yeah, it's amazing. I'm excited. I'm excited myself, but I'm happy that we are given this opportunity now. So please attend so that I can attend the course and I also can ask the questions as a kid.
Yes, and also remember not to forget this week is World Space Week, and for any other activities or please head down to our website www.spaceview.org and follow our series of webinars and sessions that's coming up. And if you have anything, please send that email to me and to Shimon, and we'll get back to you if you have any questions. And I'd like to say thank you to you, Shimon, for basically being my guest. I think we have too much in common. I think people will say this show is biased. Because you know what, Shimon, I don't agree with you. Then it'll be more realistic. But it's just that we do get along. So, but I should actually be more objective or subjective. I don't know, so that it won't be biased. But because we share the same passion, right? So
the same passion. It's very hard to stray away from that.
We do apologize to the viewers. This is not something that we plan. This is. I'm very happy to get to know Shimon and work with him. So
I'm so excited to meet you, and I'm so happy to work with you. No bias, no pun intended, also. But
all right. Any last word from you, Shimon, before we go off the air?
No, I thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see most of the students on board. If parents want to join,
Okay, from everyone from Malaysia and also across the causeway from Singapore, we'd like to wish everybody good night, and thank you for joining us. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye. Thanks, everyone.